Have you ever felt like there are two parts of you fighting to come to light? One pushes you toward what everyone expects, being perfect, the always available friend, the employee who never says no. The other whispers something deeper, a longing you can't explain, as if your heart holds a dream you don't dare name. Carl Jung, the genius who explored the darkest corners of the soul, would say you're not alone in that struggle. There are two souls within you, and their meeting could be the key to living a full, authentic life filled with love. Today, we'll uncover how those two forces can unite in a perfect synergy, a shared dream that transforms your reality. Get ready because this isn't just another video. It's a journey to the depths of yourself, based on Jung's revolutionary ideas. From the first second, I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you listened to that inner voice saying, "This isn't right," or "You deserve more"? Maybe it was yesterday arguing with your partner, feeling a knot in your stomach you couldn't ignore. Or this morning looking in the mirror thinking, when did I stop being me? Jung discovered that voice isn't a whim. It's your unconscious speaking, that part of your mind holding your deepest truths. He called it the unconscious, an inner ocean full of symbols, intuitions, and emotions trying to guide you. Here's the hook. If you don't listen, you lose yourself. But if you dare to pay attention, you find something magical. The union of your two souls, the conscious and the unconscious, working together for the same dream. Look, we're not talking abstract theories. This is real. It's personal. Imagine Anna, a 32-year-old woman in Bogota. She works in an office, cares for her two young kids, and has been with her boyfriend Juan for 5 years. From the outside, everything seems perfect. Stable job, loving family, a working relationship. But inside, Anna feels a void. Every time Juan says, "You should be grateful," something in her dims. That feeling isn't random. Jung would say it's her unconscious screaming that this relationship doesn't align with her essence. Now think of Javier, a 40-year-old man in Los Angeles. He's a chef, loves his job, but feels his friends criticize him whenever he talks about opening his own restaurant. That's risky, they say, and little by little he stopped dreaming. Sound familiar? You probably have your own version of this story. Jung taught us that the unconscious doesn't speak in clear words like, "leave him," or "do it now." It communicates through signals. A bad feeling, a strange dream you can't forget, a tear that slips out for no apparent reason. Ignoring those signals is like turning off a flashlight in the dark. You disconnect from yourself. That disconnection has a price. You lose peace, your relationships falter, and that dream you once had, writing a book, traveling the world, or just feeling free, fades away. But here's the good news. You can turn that light back on. It all starts when you unite those two souls within you. Let's talk about those two souls for a moment. The first is your conscious self, the part that makes logical decisions, pays the bills, smiles even when it doesn't want to. It's the one saying, "I have to stay in this job even if it exhausts me," or "I can't leave this relationship because what will people say?" The second is your unconscious self, that mysterious force holding your fears, desires, and shadows. Jung said these two parts aren't separated by chance. They're meant to meet. When they do, they create a synergy, a harmony that lets you live from your truth. But for that to happen, you need to face something we all avoid, the shadow. The shadow, according to Jung, is everything you hide from yourself. Those flaws you won't admit, the envy you feel when someone succeeds, the anger you hold against someone who hurt you, but it's also your repressed talents, those dreams you're scared to chase because it's not the time. Imagine Sophia, a 28-year-old teacher in Mexico City. She's always wanted to paint, but since childhood, she was told art doesn't pay the bills. So she buries that desire, locks it in her shadow. But that shadow doesn't stay quiet. It shows up in her bad mood, in how she compares herself to others, in that something's missing feeling. And you, what have you buried in your shadow? Maybe that self-love you don't let yourself feel, or that relationship you keep holding on to even though it drains you? Pause for a second and reflect. What part of you have you been ignoring? Don't answer yet. Just feel it, because here's the twist. The shadow isn't your enemy. Jung said integrating it is the first step to uniting your two souls. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about accepting yourself fully. If Sophia embraced her love for painting, she'd not only heal that void, but discover a creative strength she didn't know she had. If Anna listened to that knot in her stomach, she might realize she deserves a relationship that lifts her up, not dims her. What would happen if you did the same? Now let's be clear. Integrating the shadow isn't easy. It means looking in the mirror, not the physical one, but the soul's, and asking, what am I avoiding? What fear is holding me back? For Javier the chef, it's fear of failure. For you, it might be fear of being alone, disappointing your family, or not being enough. But Jung assures us of something. When you face those fears, the reward is huge. Your two souls start working together, and that dream that seemed impossible, loving truly, living in peace, chasing your passion, becomes reachable. Before we go on, I'll mention my book is available. It's full of tips and techniques to help you overcome emotional blocks and love yourself more. Find the link in the description and pinned comment. Let's continue. I want you to do something practical right now, a small action inspired by Jung. Take a minute, close your eyes, breathe deep, and ask, what do I feel in my body when I think about my life right now? Is there tension? Is there calm? That sensation is your unconscious speaking. Write it down after this video. Grab a notebook or your phone and jot down the first thing that comes to mind. Don't judge it, just write it. That's your first clue to what your shadow is asking for. If you're up for it, share in the comments what you felt. I'd love to read it, and you'll probably inspire someone else. Let's talk relationships for a moment, because that's where these two souls play it all out. Think of someone who gets under your skin, your boss who always criticizes, your partner who doesn't listen, that friend who drains you with complaints. Jung would say those people are mirrors of your shadow. What bothers you about them is something you haven't accepted in yourself. For example, if your partner's lack of listening frustrates you, maybe you're not listening to yourself either. If your friend exhausts you with negativity, maybe you're repressing your own sadness. This isn't magic. It's deep psychology, and understanding it can change how you live love, friendship, and even self-love. Imagine Maria, a 45-year-old woman in Miami. She's been married to Luis for 15 years, but every argument is a battlefield. He says she's too emotional. She feels he doesn't value her. Maria could blame him, but Jung would invite her to look inside. What part of her felt unvalued long before? Turns out Maria grew up feeling her emotions didn't matter. Her shadow holds that pain, and Luis just reflects it. When Maria starts valuing herself, saying no when she needs to, caring for her energy, something shifts. Luis begins respecting her more. Her two souls, conscious and unconscious, align, and their relationship finds new balance. So what does this mean for you? That love, for yourself or others, isn't about finding the perfect person, but uniting your two souls to vibrate on the same frequency. And that starts with a simple act. Listen to your intuition. If something or someone doesn't make you feel full, don't ignore it. Your unconscious always knows before you do. Pause here, breathe, and think. What relationship in my life needs a change? You don't have to decide now. Just plant it in your mind. We'll come back to it later. Before we move on, a quick call. If this is resonating, give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. This journey's just beginning. And if you've got an idea of what shadow you want to face, drop it in the comments. Your words could spark something in someone else. Ready for the next stage? We're going to explore how those two souls can heal your relationships and bring you closer to your dreams. If you've made it this far, it's because something in you is ready to heal, to unite those two souls and transform your relationships with yourself and others. Carl Jung left us a map to do it, and in this part, we'll dive into how your two souls, the conscious and the unconscious, can find a shared dream, living from self-love and authentic connections. Because let's be honest, how many times have you felt you give everything in a relationship, romantic, friendship, or family, and end up exhausted, wondering why it's not enough? Jung would say that exhaustion isn't the other person's fault. It's a sign your souls are misaligned. Let's change that. Think of this. You're walking through a forest with two paths ahead. One is clear, full of people, safe. The other is dark, full of shadows, and no one seems to dare enter. Most choose the safe one, staying in that okay relationship, that job that pays the bills. But Jung challenges us to take the dark path. Why? Because there, in the unknown, is your shadow, and facing it unites your two souls. It's not comfortable, but it's powerful. Imagine Laura, a 35-year-old woman in Medellin. She's been with her partner Carlos for 7 years, but every fight leaves her feeling not enough. She could stay on the safe path, ignoring that intuition saying, "This isn't right." But when she faces it, talks to Carlos, sets boundaries, she discovers something. She not only saves her peace, but he starts valuing her more. Their souls align. This isn't chance. Jung talked about individuation, a process where you integrate all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, the shadow, to become who you truly are. It's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. And when you're authentic, your relationships change. You stop begging for love, stop molding yourself to fit. Instead, you attract connections that resonate with your truth. But how do you get there? It starts with your energy. Jung believed your energy is sacred, like a river flowing inside you. If you let someone drain it constantly, you're telling your unconscious, "I don't matter." That has to stop. Pause for a moment and think of someone who leaves you exhausted. Maybe that friend who always shows up with problems, but never asks how you are, or that coworker who criticizes everything you do. Now imagine Diego, a 38-year-old man in Guadalajara. Diego has a boss who humiliates him in front of everyone. Every day he comes home drained, with no energy to talk to his wife or play with his kids. Jung would say Diego's giving his energy to someone who doesn't deserve it, but one day Diego sets a limit. "I won't take the yelling anymore." It's not easy. He fears losing his job, but when he does, his energy shifts. His boss backs off, and Diego reclaims his peace. What would happen if you did the same? Here's a practical action. Identify one person who drains your energy and decide to protect yourself. You don't have to fight or cut ties abruptly. It can be as simple as saying no the next time they ask for something you don't want to give, or reducing the time you spend with them. Then write how it felt. That small win tells your unconscious, "I matter." And when you matter, your two souls start vibrating together. Try it this week and tell me in the comments what changed. I'm dying to know. Now let's talk love, romantic, friendship, self-love. Jung said relationships are mirrors of our inner world. What you see in others is a projection of what's inside you. If you feel your partner doesn't value you, ask, "Am I valuing myself?" If your friends disappoint you, am I disappointing myself by not setting boundaries? This isn't to blame you, it's to empower you. Imagine Carla, a 50-year-old woman in Los Angeles. Her husband Miguel is always busy with work, never has time for her. Carla could get mad and yell, but she decides to look at herself. She realizes she doesn't give herself time either, always running between the house, grandkids, the grocery store. When she starts caring for her energy, going for walks, reading a book, Miguel notices. Suddenly, he seeks to be more present. Their souls reconnect. This is what Jung called synchronicity. When you align your inside, the outside responds. It's not magic, it's psychology. Because here's the truth. When you let go of what doesn't resonate, your two souls find peace, and that peace attracts the right people. It happened to me years ago. I had a friend who always made me feel small. Every time I talked about my dreams, like this channel, she'd say, "That's too hard." One day I said, "Enough." It wasn't easy, but afterward, I met people who inspire me. Like you all here. Letting go was my gift to myself. I want us to do something together. Breathe deep 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now say quietly, "I deserve relationships that lift me up." This isn't just a mantra. It's a signal to your unconscious that you're ready for better. If you're up for it, share in the comments. What did you let go of, or what do you want to? Your words might help someone else take that step. Before we go on, a quick call. If this message is moving you, give it a like and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe and hit the bell, because what's coming is even deeper. We're going to explore how those two souls can lead you to your biggest dreams, those you might have put on hold. Are you ready? Let's keep going. If you've made it this far, it's because your two souls are ready for something big, not just healing your relationships, but awakening those dreams you tucked away in a drawer. Carl Jung believed life's purpose isn't just surviving or being half happy, it's finding wholeness, that feeling of being complete, aligned with who you truly are. That happens when your two souls, the conscious and the unconscious, chase the same dream. What's yours? Maybe it's opening that business you've always pictured, writing that novel living in your head, or simply living without masks. Today we'll figure out how to make it happen, step by step with Jung's tools. Think of this. When was the last time you let yourself dream big? Not small goals like finishing work on time, but those visions that speed up your heart. For Daniela, a 29-year-old woman in Monterey, it was traveling the world. But between her job at a store and caring for her sick mom, that dream blurred. Jung would say it's no coincidence she let it slip. People and circumstances around her, friends saying, "That's impossible," a boss overloading her, reflect her own inner doubt. Her shadow holds the fear she's not capable. But when Daniela starts listening to her intuition, that tingle she feels seeing Paris photos, her two souls wake up. Today she's saving little by little for that trip. And you, what dream have you dimmed? Jung taught us our dreams don't die on their own. We kill them when we let outside noise drown our inner voice. But that voice is still there. Maybe you feel it passing a bookstore, thinking, "I could write something." Or watching someone start a business saying, "I could too." That's your unconscious calling. To answer, you need to integrate your shadow, those fears, those "I'm not enough" beliefs, and let your two souls work together. Imagine Luis, a 42-year-old man in Houston. He always wanted to be a musician, but his family said it was crazy. He repressed that desire, but his shadow haunts him. Every concert he sees, he feels envy. When he finally picks up a guitar and plays, something lights up. His souls align, and his life gains meaning. Pause a second and do this. Close your eyes and recall a dream you abandoned. What do you see? What do you feel? Don't judge it, just let it float in your mind. That image is your unconscious showing what your heart still wants. Now after the video, write one line about that dream. I want to paint. I want to travel. Whatever it is, that's your first step to reviving it. If you're up for it, share it in the comments. I'd love to celebrate that first act of courage with you. Let's talk how relationships affect your dreams, because this is where it all connects. Jung said the people we choose to keep close shape our psyche. If you're surrounded by doubters, your unconscious absorbs it. But if you're with those who inspire you, your two souls strengthen. Think of Andrea, a 37-year-old woman in Cali. She wants to open a bakery, but her partner says, "That won't work." Every criticism is a bucket of cold water on her fire. Andrea could give up, but she listens to her intuition, starts baking at home, shares her desserts with friends who cheer her on. Little by little, her dream grows. When her partner sees her passion, he shifts his attitude. Jung's synchronicity appears. The universe responds to her courage. And you, who's dimming you? Who's lighting you up? Make a mental list now. 3 people who drain you, 3 who lift you. Then decide to spend more time with the latter. That practical action tells your unconscious, "I'm ready to grow." Try it this week and tell me in the comments how it went. Because when you align your relationships with your truth, your dreams stop being fantasies and become possible. Now, a reflection moment. Sometimes the dream doesn't come with chaos, but with a whisper. Have you felt a sudden curiosity about something new? Maybe a place like Oaxaca, an idea like learning to dance, or a person who inspires you for no clear reason. Jung would say that's your unconscious showing you a path. Answering it takes courage, because it means letting go of the familiar. But that void left behind isn't to fear. It's a sacred space where the new blooms. Imagine Rosa, a 55-year-old woman in Chicago. She's been an accountant her whole life, but lately feels drawn to learn yoga. She could ignore it. "I'm too old for that." But she signs up for a class. Today she's an instructor and says she's never felt so alive. Her two souls found a shared dream. Here's another action. This week, follow one of those curiosities. If a book catches your eye, read it. If you want to try something new, do it. Then write how it felt. That small step could be the start of something huge. If you do it, share in the comments. I tried salsa and loved it. Or I read Jung and wow. Your experiences inspire this community. Before we close, let's talk synchronicity again, because it's the magic that happens when your souls unite. Jung said, when you're aligned with yourself, the outer world aligns with you. I met a subscriber in Mexico who left a toxic job and days later got offered a better one. That's not luck, it's synchronicity. But to live it, you need trust. Trust that letting go of the old brings the new. Trust that your two souls know the way. Trust that you deserve a full life. Quick recap. Jung showed us there are two souls within you, the conscious and unconscious, meant to unite in one dream. Face your shadow, protect your energy, let go of what doesn't serve you, and chase what lights you up. The result is an authentic life full of love and purpose. My final message is this: don't look outside for what's already inside. You are enough, and the world needs your light. Last pause. What do you take from this? What will you let go of or chase? Take a second to feel it. Now, a final call. Give it a like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this message. Leave your comment below. What touched your heart? What action will you take? Your words don't just reach me, they help this video reach more people. Together we can transform lives. Thanks for being here, for listening, and for being part of this family. See you in the next video. Remember, the change starts with you.